dance, darling. You got to keep warm.
How are you?
I am well, and welcome everybody to If These Walls Could Talk. I'm Wendy Stuart, and
I am Tym Moss. Hi.
Hi. And we're like in a deep thaw here in the Northeast. We got that storm was really more than people bargained for. I want to give a shout out here because there were a lot of mixed feelings about Mandani becoming mayor, blah, 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 all that. This guy did such an impeccable job with this storm in terms of those snow plows were out everywhere, even the side streets. You know what, Tim? Did you notice the bike lanes were even? How did they do that? How did they?
I have no idea.
It was like
somebody went with a bicycle with a plow on the front. I don't know how they did it.
He must have had an army of people out there, but it was way different than when blah 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 was mayor. You remember they wanted to like impeach him immediately. He did nothing. It was like we had walls of snow. People were stranded. So, this was like quite a week, and now we're like in the freaking tundra.
And then, the temperature just dropped. It is freezing, like Arctic temperatures.
These are Arctic, and it's going to go through the weekend. But listen, you know what? Nothing will make me stay home. Okay. I didn't go out the day of the storm, but like last Thursday night, Tim and I were at the LGBTQ Center for a wonderful reading from Rumi's book. For those people that don't know who Rumi is, and it's probably a lot of people, there was a group called the Cockettes back in the day. Yeah, and they were from San Francisco, and they were part of that whole like wild, crazy, love, gay, flamboyant, Andy Warholish time. And Rumi's book was, we had wonderful people reading from it. And what I love the most is, he really wrote about what that time was like. And I did use the pronoun. He did use he, because there was no they then.
Right.
It was just a he. But I love when people bring these things to life, because this is history. And if we don't have these book readings and honor these people, Rumi passed away. At least the book is there, right?
I agree. And the documentarian was there. He's the one that I think produced it. Yeah. So it was very thorough. It was very cool.
What was his name?
I don't remember.
No, I don't either. But the had seen Rumi in the documentary was great. And then Saturday night, I used to have seasonal affective disorder. I really did. I don't know what happened to me. It's like it went away and it's been replaced by partying, and which is good, right? That's healthier. Saturday night was the Dozen Divas show with an 80s theme, right? So a bunch of us, of course, I haul out that original stuff. Tim, I have original things I wore to Studio 54, and I
fun.
Really fun. And so is the rest of the audience. We had a great time. Dorothy Bishop's show is always different, no matter how many times you see it. Her divas are different. But one of the things she did in the show this time, and I loved it. If you watch a lot of Dorothy's stuff, it's comedic, but there's a lot of really political stuff. Right. She had a wonderful video of what the 80s was like. And she ended it with Reagan saying, and just remember, fellow Americans, be kind to each other, or something like that. And I thought, Jesus Christ, compared to now, it's like Blade Runner now, right?
Yeah.
You look at what the 80s was. The horrific thing in the 80s, of course, was AIDS, but people overall were just better to each other. It's so nuts now.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely. Well, I had went out to my dear friend Kit Blessing, the playwright. I went out and stayed out with him and his wife Melissa. That was a great time. We had a good time.
You were there. You weathered the storm with Kit and Melissa. Am I correct?
No, then I came back before the storm.
Oh, you did?
I got back before the storm, so I was here and just made a big pot of chili soup. Ooh. And my roommate Janet and my downstairs neighbor, who is a television and film star, his name is Johnny Bouchamp, and he appeared on Will Trent this week, and so he popped up. We were cooking and eating and laughing, and it was great. So
wow.
That's
well,
how we got
it's
through.
great. I was thinking you might be in Jersey. I'm glad you were here because I think you might have been stranded.
Yeah, right.
These things are still not right. People have lost their internet. It's like
Yep.
it's crazy, and it's still, as I like to say, pardon my French, balls cold. This is
Yes,
I don't know who
absolutely.
came up with that, but it's pretty funny to me. So this week at Pangea, yes, Tim, go ahead.
No, continue with
Oh,
Pangea.
okay, this week at Pangea, the amazing Carol Lipnick is here Friday night at 7 o'clock. Part of the series produced at the Tweeds Productions, and that's Kevin. Please, if you want to get out and be taken to a whole other level, Carol is amazing. I'm actually going to be here on Friday night. I love her. She was the last person I saw before they shut the city down, before the pandemic hit. It was really weird that night. The audience was like half the size, and you could feel it in the air. Something really huge was going to happen. So I like seeing her under better conditions, right?
Yes. Well, I'm also co-producing an art project, which is called Project Transcend.
Yes.
And it's 6 artists from the trans and gender nonconforming communities. And they have created these amazing pieces, and we're going to be having some exhibits coming up. But if you want to reach out to me, we could still use some donations. So anybody that can send a few dollars here or there, it's greatly appreciated. Just for the exhibits and moving the pieces and getting them mounted and all of that. And we could use some help.
And so, Tim, you put it on your Facebook page. Am I correct?
I do. Yes. It's maybe a little further down now, but I've been doing so many things that did we talk about the Glam Awards? Yeah, we talked about the Glam Awards.
We did talk about the Glam, right? But no, I need to explain to our audience. It all becomes one thing, and I never have more than 2 cocktails. But even at 2 cocktails, it's like the people I think I talked to at one party, they weren't at the party. I remember that. They were at another party, and for me to like even stay in touch with new people that I meet, I mean, this is pathetic. But I have to make a screenshot of their Instagram page or their Facebook page.
Yes.
And then when I get home, I can enter who they are, and I write a little note about where I met them. That's so sad that I have to do that, right?
I do the same thing. I can't keep track of everybody.
Because you know what?
I did a lot of interviews, and right now I'm in the middle of editing and editing video and all of that. And I can't keep track what day this was and all of that. So
well, I want to tell everyone, Tim did all the interviews for the Glam Award. There was a ton of interviews. They're wonderful. He does that every year. I can't wait to see mine. But I know you're in the middle of editing. And quite frankly, I don't know how you keep it all straight, especially some of the young, new performers. There's so many of them, and they all have these really catchy drag names.
Yeah.
Crazy, right?
Absolutely.
Well, I'm very excited about our guest today because, our guest today and myself go way back. I don't have that many people I go way back to. We're talking 1973, right? And this person, we were in college at the same time. And I'm saying this person has an identical twin brother. Now, I'm sure he's going to tell me one has a mole in one place and but let me just tell you. They look exactly alike, both amazing, charismatic guys, okay? I met them at Lehman College, all right? And then we kind of grew apart. And then I ran into them like a couple of years later when I had graduated from college and I came to New York. And our guest today was actually working selling intimate apparel, which is really kind of funny. He's always been a master drummer, but you know what? A person's got to eat, right? So he gets off the bus I was waiting for and says, "Oh my God, what are you doing here?" And told me he was working for Warnaco. Now, you know, even if you're a guy, you've heard of Warner's Lingerie, Warnaco. Mm-hmm. I went on to make a ton of money at that account because this person got me in there. So I always believe there's a reason our paths cross. And unbeknownst to me, They recently retired from their last job, which I don't even know what it is, but we'll talk about that. And he told me he wrote a book. He reconnected with me, of course, on social media. I'm like, we have to get you on the show. They have been drumming, okay, since I believe they're 13 years old. You know, they even, when he was 16, he opened up for the Rascals. These are the most incredible stories. He's originally a Bronx boy. His new book is called Sex, Drugs, and Rock and Roll. And I like to say, many have lived it and some have survived it. Please put your hands together for drummer Natale Andreassi. Come on, honey.
Yeah, what's going on?
Did I butcher your name at all?
You said it correctly.
Okay, good. Because he's always been Nat to me. When did you become Natale? I like it, but when did that happen?
When I was born.
I knew you were just Nat. You know, we were in the Bronx. Maybe you thought people like couldn't wrap their head around Natale.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I love it for a store drummer. This is exciting. Your first book, which I'm gonna hold up right here. This is the book, 1964 to 1977. 13 years of sex, drugs, and rock and roll. So what happened? It all ended after that. I'm just joking.
Yeah.
No, I can only
imagine.
That'll be the sequel.
Right. Tim, I think there's going to be a bunch of sequels. I'm pretty sure that's why because this book was jam-packed with so many sex stories. I know a ton of people. I think you were the busiest person, and I didn't even know you when all this was going on. So, I'm, God, what makes you so irresistible to women? I mean, I think you're a cute guy, but it's like
that's the question. Even I don't understand. And in the book, I mentioned, I said, okay, what is it with me that the women just, I don't know, they just find me.
They find you.
They find me, and it's just I'm a regular guy. Just a regular guy, and the women just love my essence, I guess.
Your essence.
My essence. And I'm a lefty, so we all know what that's like.
I'm a righty. Tim, are you a righty or a lefty?
I'm a righty.
Oh, well, you're talking to two righties here. We haven't experienced. You think if we were lefties, it might improve our chances? I've never been a divining rod. I've always had my fair share of people, but I'm not. This one is like really a divining rod. It's kind of weird.
It is weird. Yeah. When I was in grammar school in St. Francis of Rome, in the Bronx,
of course, it was
all
Catholic.
The desks are for right-handed people.
Right.
So naturally, I'm lefty. So all the pens are all over my left hand, and the nuns would say to me, "You're the sign of the devil,
of Satan."
So I said, "Hey, that's got to be good." They did not like me.
No, of course
I could work with that, huh?
Of course, you went to Catholic school.
Yeah,
yeah. Of course, you went to Catholic school. Those are always the worst boys. So, you're at this stage in your life. You've been drumming for forever. What made you decide? Were you sitting around with a bunch of boys and having a beer and telling your stories, and they said, "Nat, you got to write a book"? Is that how it happened? Tell us how it happened.
The book itself?
Yeah. Like why now?
I was, retired, and I didn't know what to do. So my wife and other people said, "Why don't you start writing music?" I said, "Yeah, you know what? I'm a drummer. I don't really have that." So my wife says, "Why don't you write your book? You got a lot of stuff." I said, "You know what? It's not a bad idea." So I started from when I was 14 years old to when I was 27, and everything just came to me.
Wow.
One after one.
And it is chock full. It's all I can tell you. Now, I just want to go to your beautiful wife for a minute, who I met at the Explorers Club, who can also cook up a storm. She put up a birthday dinner on Facebook that she was making for this guy. I'm like, boy, did he step in it. She is amazing, beautiful cook, and absolutely adores him. How did she deal with this? Because, this is like, what is that song of all the girls I've loved before that traveled in and out my door? It is an unusual amount. And if I didn't know him, Originally when I started thumbing through your book, I was going to ask you about this one and that one. There were so many. I'm like, you know what? I got to take this interview in a different direction. There were just, how did you deal with that? They were all before her?
It was obviously way before her.
Way before.
And we've been together, I believe, 12 or 13 years.
I'm amazed.
So this is way back.
This is your third marriage, right?
Well, it's my fifth.
But this is the one that's going to stick.
Hey, what are you going to do, right? Yeah.
It's your fourth. My God, I'm losing count here. Wow, that's like pretty amazing. Yeah. But you decided now it was going to be, you were going to tell all, and you did tell all. I mean, can you take us back from the beginning to your humble beginnings in the Bronx?
Sure. That's when it really all started. I had this girl, and she hated me and liked me, and we had our first encounter together.
Right.
And that's when, I scratched my head and I said, wait, I gotta do this all the time. I mean, every single day, every minute of every moment,
right.
Whether I'm driving the cab, whether I'm playing drums, whether I'm a bartender, I gotta have women.
Right.
I gotta have more and more and more.
I love him. You hardly ever run into anybody like this anymore. I have a friend at the Explorers Club, Chris Nicola, who's a caver, exactly like you. But Chris is 76. He's juggling 6 of them all over the world.
Oh my God!
I think he may have you beat.
I think he has me beat.
Well, he may have you beat as well. No, but I want to get back to you. So that was did you use the drumming thing, or it was just part of, because you had a lot of different
that, in my opinion, that was the aphrodisiac of the women, was you on the drums.
Well, you know what's funny about that? Yes, because in my book, I mentioned the guitar players and the lead singers, because they're the first.
Right.
The women were just drooling over them. However, the drummer has a whole nother aspect of ladies. They're not at the stage. They're on the side. They're in the back. But when I do a drum solo, they show up. Right. And then when I'm done, they leave.
Wow.
And they know.
Like bees to honey.
I know. And you know what else, too? Let's face it. A guitar player throws his guitar in the case. He walks out. The women are all over him. Drummers, I got cymbals. I got cases. It takes me like a half hour.
The drum and the snare drum.
And you know what they do? They go in the bathroom, they've tidied themselves up, and they can't wait to see me.
Wow. And also the difference between a drummer and, say, a singer or a guitar player, or guitar, they're kind of limited to one area. Well, with drums, you're limited to one area too, but you're working your arms, you're working your feet, you're working your legs, you're working.
I'm moving.
You give a cardio workout.
Right.
So it is a cardio workout. Yes.
Maybe we should both become drummers.
There you go.
Maybe that's the ticket. They say it's never too late. So early on in the game, you really hooked into that. You had this amazing sex appeal. I have to tell you what was most interesting to me. We came up in the same time. You're a few years older than me, but it was the same time. I don't remember all of my girlfriends, like, they'd meet a guy, they'd sleep with a guy or whatever, but I don't remember like 2 and 3 having sex with a guy, throwing them. I don't understand. It was like everywhere you went, and it wasn't just one, it was 2 or 3, and everywhere you went, there was a sexual encounter. And, I really looked through your book because I thought, oh, come on, he's got to be, no one has this kind of luck. But the stories were very credible. I got to hand it to you. And I knowing who you are, even though I haven't seen you in decades, I don't know a lot of people that have had that experience, male or female. I have to tell you, you got some kind of aphrodisiac on you.
Well, you know what's funny about that is no matter what I did, here again, driving a cab, a bartender, a drummer, didn't matter what I did. It just, for some reason, even I don't know why, these women were all over me. And so I said, okay, let's do this.
Right.
And it just one after another, after another, after another. And one of the reasons is because I treated women like they were part of a society, and I just treated them like wonderful women.
Right. But okay, I'm going to give you the
were.
other side of the coin. You did treat them like wonderful women, but you were having like unleashed sex with all of these women. So none of them felt like it was wham, bam, thank you, ma'am.
No.
How did you make them feel so special?
Because I would show up with them and say, hey, I know what I did, but I can't wait to have you in my arms again.
Oh, God.
And they would just melt.
Yes.
And they would just melt. But sometimes they just said, you know what? I'm done with you. But even when they were done with me,
they weren't done with you.
In my book,
yeah,
they're not done with me. They just hated me. They hated me for, I don't know, a week. And then guess what? Oh, Nat, I miss you. Oh, I was right there with them.
Wow.
I was right there.
Wow.
Crazy stuff.
This is just crazy stuff.
Firstly, Nat, I have to tell you, I wore my rock and roll shirt just for you today.
Hey, there you go. There you go.
Thank you for dressing appropriately.
Yes.
But now you were saying this, your brother was the one that worked in the lingerie.
No,
I did.
That was the lingerie guy.
Okay, because I was wondering if putting you in a lingerie department would be like putting you in as a gynecologist.
It's funny that you say that.
I had to bring that up too, Tim. Yeah. Take the ball and run with it. Right.
Yeah, that was. I loved it. I loved it. Now,
I would imagine.
Not only that, he was unbelievably well behaved. It was Warnaco, and I became one of their models. We would do these sales meetings that we would have to come out in our bra and panties over pantyhose.
Right.
That's how it was done. So even though you could see, the skin from below your bra line to the top of your panties, that was okay. But you had to have those pantyhose on. And no, this is what's amazing. I had no idea that he was having this wild and crazy sexual experiences with all these women, because he was always very polite. There were some guys when we would do these sales meetings, right. They were told they had to be professional, but every now and then there'd be a wisecrack or whatever. But how did you hold yourself back?
You know what? It was a great job that I had, and I had to be nice.
You had to be nice. So you see, even you have self-control.
I do have self-control a lot of the times. And then again, I don't.
Now, growing up in the Bronx, in the North Bronx, when did you discover that you had the talent to be a drummer? Because that's not an easy instrument.
I'm glad
because you have to use so many different parts of your brain. You got to have your hand doing the snare over here. You got to do the cymbal at a different beat here. You got to have your foot going the other way, and then the bass drum and my God, how did you? I can't even begin. I've sat down before at the drum set, and I have no clue. I have no clue how to do it.
I'm glad you asked that, Tim. The funny thing is, when me and my brother first started, I guess around 63, 64, there were the Everly Brothers. So. Right. I was actually playing guitar, but I'm a lefty, and there was no lefty guitars back then.
Oh my God.
Well, me and my brother were trying to do like the Everly Brothers. I said, you know what? I went to see a band, and I'm trying to think of the name of it now. I can't think of them right now, but I'm at the place. I'm like 1964, and I heard the drum on the stage.
Right.
I said, oh my God. It just got me right here. Right in my soul.
Yeah.
I said, you know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that right now. And obviously I was lefty, so everybody else was a righty drummer.
Right.
I was a lefty drummer. And I said, I'm going to play drums.
Wow.
And bingo.
It happened.
Well, my next question is, you did say, Mom and Dad, I want a drum set at home. How did that go?
You know what's funny? My dad bought me a drum down at Manny's Music.
Manny's Music. Oh my God. Wow. And, they went for it then.
Yeah. He bought me a bass drum, Gretsch, and
Yeah, Gretsch.
a tom-tom.
Right.
And then later on, I bought Ludwig drums because I
know
like
all
both
these names.
Ludwig and
Oh,
Gretsch.
yeah.
I still have them to this day.
Oh,
Wow.
your
Wow.
original ones. Tim, do you remember we had a very famous drummer on this show when we first started? Very famous, Kenny something, and he was a left-handed drummer also. And Tim,
Really?
Kenny
yeah,
Augusto.
and he's super famous. Yeah.
Was it Kenny Augusto or not Augusto?
No, I'll have to go back. You know, we've had hundreds of shows since then. He was a left-handed drummer. That's what the show ended up being about.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
right. It was incredible. So you know what? You were a rare breed. Your parents supported what you did. Now,
Yes.
Who did your brother play in the band? What instrument?
He played rhythm guitar at the time, back in the day. Now he plays bass, but at that time he was playing rhythm guitar, and I was the drummer,
and that was
we had a lot of good stuff.
Kenny Aronoff.
Kenny Aronoff. Thank you.
What about him?
Left-handed drummer.
No, he's not.
Are you positive?
Well,
I'm positive he said he was.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a left-handed drummer.
No, Kenny Aronoff. No, he's a right-handed guy.
You know,
Ian
I
Pace.
just Googled.
Ian Pace.
Wait, you Googled him?
Yeah.
Said left hand?
Yeah, it says left-handed drummer.
Google doesn't lie. Ooh, I knew it because we spent so much time talking about him being a left-handed
Okay, wait a
drummer.
minute.
Yeah.
If he's left-handed, does he play lefty drums or does he play righty? Because Ringo Starr was lefty, but he played righty.
I remember Kenny telling us he trained his brain to do both of it.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I'll send you the segment. It was great. It was great. I love it.
Ian Pace. Deep Purple. He's a lefty drummer.
Oh, I love Deep Purple.
Oh, me too.
Oh my God, that was such a great band.
Crazy stuff.
Thank you, Tim Moss. Good sleuthing on air. Tim Moss, you could go ahead of the class. So, you were in the Bronx, and you had this opportunity when you were 16 to you opened for the Young Rascals.
We were the Discords. Yeah, we were the Discords.
Discords.
And you know, we had a lot of harmony. We were like every other band. No other band did what we did. So we opened up for the Young Rascals. There was another band, Annie's Little Orphans.
I love the name.
They opened up first. We opened up second, and then with the Rascals. And we just thought, oh my God, we're 14 years old. Some of us were. And
amazing story.
We thought we were going to make it because we were signed with Jubilee Records. We cut a record, and guess what? Nothing happened.
We've heard that story. How many times have we heard that story?
Yeah.
At least you weren't strung along for forever.
Right. So, you know what are you going to do? It just didn't happen, but we didn't care. You know, we were like so elated about everything.
I can tell.
in the rehearsal room, you know, we don't know what it's like to be in that. So the guys go, okay, let's do a take. So I'm hitting the sticks. Oh, cut. Hey, buddy, what's your name? I go, Natale. Yeah, you can only do 1 and 2, 3 and 4. You have to, you know, be silent.
Oh, right.
God, here we go again.
Yeah.
But it was fun. It took us, I think, all day to do one song.
Wow.
But you know what? We loved it. We thought this was it, but it never happened. It never happened.
Now again, back to drumming. That it's such a specialized instrument.
Yeah.
And a specialized addition to a group.
Wait, and Tim, yes, we have to show him as a little kid.
Yes.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah, me too.
But just like you were doing right there, you are the tempo. You are, because that takes a certain brain power to keep the bass, keep the pace steady, because the entire sound and the entire group and all the other instruments based upon your beat throughout the entire song.
You're 100% right. When the people are dancing, if the drummer doesn't have the correct meter, it's a mess. It's a mess. You gotta keep it going. Gotta keep it going. Yeah. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. And it's it's drumming is just, to me, it's a wonderful thing.
Passionate. You're
I'm going to keep on
Absolutely.
playing until I die.
Tim, do you think this is a good time we should show that we have a short drumming
I think
video?
we should show your drumming video.
Perfect,
How about
right?
that?
Enough talk. Let's hear it.
Let's hear it.
Let's
No,
hear it.
not.
Make some noise! 2, 3.
Okay, perfect.
I remember that day.
Impressive, right, Tim?
That is very impressive.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
So do you think your drumming energy, I'm looking at you thinking the sexual energy that's used on the drums is very much the essence of who you are. It is. It's a sexual magnetism and energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because let's face it, a guitar player plays with his hands. A bass player, fingers. A
Right.
piano player, fingers.
Right.
A drummer,
Whole body.
both hands,
The whole body.
Yeah.
feet. I
Yeah.
sang. I do background vocals.
Wow.
So everything's moving in parts. And it's
Yeah.
just like a train going and going. It's a
And
beautiful
also the beat of a drum, you can feel it in your soul. That's probably what moves the women is, ooh, ooh,
Probably.
I can feel it, Mama.
Probably.
I can totally feel it. So when you were writing this memoir, what I wrote a memoir too. I have over 250 photography albums. And I had an editor working with me on it. I couldn't remember things and I couldn't string the timeline together. So everything was in snippets. And what the editor did, we would work every morning. He was in Palm Springs. I was here to put it together. What were your challenges in terms of the timeline and remembering what happened? Or did you recall everything?
No, that was funny that
You did a lot of drugs. How could you recall anything?
I know. What I did was, as I was writing it, I started in 1964. Because that's when I had my first thing.
Right.
Anyway, so what I did was I said, well, wait a minute now. What was the song at the time in 1965?
Wow.
So I looked it up. And then, wait a minute. I got to make sure. I had to make sure who was president then? Who was,
wow.
Was Abe Beam then? So I said, wait a minute. I got to make sure everything falls in line. So it's 100% correct. So when people are reading it, they're saying, "Oh, this guy's full of it. That's wrong." No, it's right.
Right.
It's 100% right.
So did that kind of help you
trigger
with recalling memories? Okay, yeah, I remember he was the president. Oh, that was the hit song. It kind of takes you back to that time. And
Exactly.
did that trigger some of your memories then?
That's where that redhead was from, right?
That's right, exactly,
Oh,
exactly.
that girl from Chicago.
But wait a minute.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
they all have names in the book, but I know you used other names. Did you really actually forget their real names? It's okay. You can.
No, some of them I actually forgot their real names.
Right.
Other ones I remembered them to 100%. I said, "Oh, I got to change their names." So,
Yeah.
but some of them are the ones in Woodstock. Some of the ones I just don't remember.
Right.
And there
right.
was actually a girl from New York City that I met, and I actually forgot her name.
In Woodstock, the nice Jewish girl.
Well,
Right.
Let's talk Woodstock. You were
Yes,
at Woodstock.
yes.
When,
Let's talk Woodstock.
when were you? You were there from what? Wednesday to Sunday? Was that it?
Wednesday to Sunday, yes, sir.
Oh my
You got
God!
it.
Wednesday to Sunday, and came fully prepared with no tent, no sleeping bag, nothing.
Nothing.
Yes, that was the way to go.
Now, Tim, you got to remember, I'm 19 years old.
Wow.
19 years old. I just got fired from a job, which is in my book.
Right.
And it was perfect. I got up there on Wednesday with these two girls that I didn't even know. The minute I got up there, I left them. They were still working on the stage back then, you know.
Wow.
And I just met women just out of nowhere.
Well, it was a love fest.
Oh, it was a love fest to the 100%. And I just went from one to another, to another, to another, to a girl from Norway, to a girl from the Bronx, to a girl from Canada, to
the girl from England who was married with kids.
Yeah.
Her. Don't forget her. We don't want to leave any of them out. And you know how Nat took care of himself and was clean? They would jump in the lake.
That's it.
Oh, yes.
Muddy, stinky, smelly
lake. Exactly.
Oh, to be 19 again.
No, I'm
exactly.
And let's not forget the Korean girls too. They love me.
I love them. Right.
They
were right. They were right. So did you get to hear any of the music at Woodstock, or you just had sex?
No, are you kidding me? You'll see in my book. I'm talking about like Grace Slick was just unbelievable.
Oh my God, right?
Just
Jefferson Airplane.
Sly and the Family Stone.
Yeah.
I mean, just the music.
Hendrix. You heard Hendrix?
You know what? No. And I'll tell you why I didn't hear Hendrix. Hendrix was he made the most money, by the way. If you read it, he was on Monday.
Right.
And
what were you doing Monday, Nat?
How could I say this nicely?
You can.
I was done.
Yeah, that's
My body was done. In the book, I was done. I didn't know how I was going to get home. And that's when I met my brother, who just got up there Monday. I mean, you can't make.
They're twins, so they are twins. This is twin power. It's an instinctive thing, right?
You can't make this stuff up.
Question. This is a weird question.
It's okay.
Did you, hurt yourself at any time? Like, that's a lot of sex. Like, to the point where it just I can't do it. Oh, look at her. Come on. You know what I mean?
No, you're 100% right. There were times when I said, oh my God, I don't have anything left. There's nothing left.
Okay, but we're leaving out the valuable ingredient that you didn't mention.
What's that?
LSD.
Oh,
changes everything. So please share with us, because you were on more than a few trips.
Oh, I did back in the day. I did every drug you can think of. I did tons of acid because I liked acid. You'll actually read in my book when I went up and I did some psilocybin. Oh my God, what a mess that was! You know what? I hate to say this. You got to read my book, and you'll scratch your head and you say,
"How is he still here?" That's
right.
Right.
Just one of the many.
But see, what so many people, and especially younger people, don't understand is that time period, that era. It was free
love
expression.
There
was the society was going through such turmoil, and it was just anything goes.
Right.
You know,
Anything.
Right. Hey, Tim, I was telling people that back in 64 to 70, New York City was a mess.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean,
it was not safe.
Go look at Taxi Driver.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
but the music
was
Yes.
was incredible.
Yes.
The women were incredible. The set
Uh-huh.
was incredible. I could say that all over again.
See, you can't have sex like that now because we're in 2026.
Oh, it's
It's different sex
Oh
now.
God, no! It's
totally different.
Totally
things.
different.
Yeah.
So what was going on at the time? Didn't we have the Vietnam War? Didn't we have
Yes.
Kent
Yes.
State? Didn't we have
Okay.
Tricky Dick, right?
Tricky Dick.
Yeah, we had that
Yeah.
whole Watergate thing.
I'll tell you something about when I was 18 years old and I had to get the card.
Right.
Right.
All my friends were getting those cards.
And-
Some got drafted.
And a lot of my friends, I'm going to Canada. I said, you know what? I'm just going to go to, I went to Westchester Community College, but I was nervous because I said, hey, you know what? I'm ready to go. When they did the draft system, and I forgot when they did that,
Right.
I was number 265. So I was set.
Wow.
But
you get a high
up until that point, it was nervous.
Right.
I was
right.
nervous. I'm not going to lie.
A couple of people in my neighborhood in the Bronx that did get drafted got
Yeah.
blown up and they
Wow.
were never the same. Never the
Hey,
same.
I got to say one thing. It's not in my book, but I'll tell you right now. I'm going down to Florida with my wife and my kids. It's February.
Wait, which wife was this? I just need to know.
Ginny.
Okay, so she was 3 or 4.
She was 3.
Okay, good. Okay,
All right?
go on.
So I got my 2 kids. We're going down to Florida. I said, we got to stop in D.C. I got to see my friend who died in Vietnam.
Right? We
Vietnam.
always
Uh-huh.
And
On the wall.
so I find his name.
Yeah.
I'm
Wow.
crying, and my wife, Ginny, and my 2 daughters, Victoria and Alyssa, Daddy, why are you crying? I go, because he was my friend.
Wow.
And he died trying to make everything work.
Right.
Yeah.
In a really stupid war.
David
Yeah.
Goldsmith. And if anyone knows him from the Bronx,
David
you know
Goldsmith.
him. David
Wow.
Goldsmith. Great guy. And I love him to death.
Right. I'm glad you
Yeah.
gave him a shout out
Yeah.
too, because
And I'm glad you made that you detoured and made the stop to see him. That was very,
Right. Yes,
very good thing.
And it was a cold day, but I didn't care. I didn't
Right.
care.
Mhm.
I saw his name.
but that was the reality of those times. Tim, I
Absolutely.
had friends that when like a truck would backfire, would run
Yeah.
under a bench in the
Yeah.
car,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and
PTSD. Yeah.
that's when we first started using that word. It's always existed from war, but
Mhm.
yeah,
Right.
you started hearing about it then. You were very lucky, you know.
Yeah,
You
I
skirted
was.
through those times. So did your brother, which is amazing. There's 2 of you,
Yeah.
and you were able to like continue to play. You had such a series of wild and crazy jobs. You were like an air conditioner repairman.
Oh, that was
Or
fantastic.
you were stealing air conditioners.
Yeah, well, the guy liked us. Here again in the book, this guy loved me and this guy that I was with because we did everything correctly, but we were stealing air conditioners and selling them. So
I'm sorry, that is just funny.
I love that.
Where how are you stealing them? You would go into people's houses and pretend to be like you were going to fix it, and then you took it.
we went out to Parker Towers in Queens, and they had a bunch of air conditioners to go into the best building. So we would take a couple instead.
Yeah.
And I had my brother's car. We're driving home from the place,
Sorry,
and the
it's
guy
so
that owns the
funny.
place, I forgot his name, and he said, "Hey guys, well, what are you guys doing?" I go, "Oh, you know, we had a good day. We're done." He goes, "Hey, those air conditioners, they're not from the house, are they?" "Oh no, well, of course not. We're just taking them. We're making them feel better, and then we're gonna sell them." So he leaves, and I look at my buddy Gino, and I said, "You know what? He knows us. He knows us. I want to go back." I drove back. We went to the place. The guy calls us into the office. He goes, "You guys are the best guys I've ever had why did you do this?
Busted.
We were young and dumb and stupid.
I thought you get away with it.
Exactly.
So you know what he said? To this day, I still remember this guy. He said, listen, if you ever have a new job and you want to put me down, I will tell everybody you were the best. But you got to get out of here. Now, this was right before Woodstock, so it worked out good.
Yeah, right. Perfect. Wow. But who gets fired from a job with a recommendation?
I know. I love this.
Nat really does. He absolutely does.
The guy was great. I can't remember his name. I remember Airflow Refrigeration.
There you go. Remember Airflow.
Look them up.
Look him up. So, you worked for Steak and Brew. You were a waiter. You were a taxi. Yeah. You had a lot. So you were doing well with the underwear company. Why did you get let go from there?
I worked for Warner's, and I got fired.
Yeah. Why?
Because they were taken over by
Linda Wachner.
Right. And she said, "Wait a minute. Why does he sell and you're in charge of them? We don't need him there." And they got rid of, I believe, about 15 people across the
I remember
United
when
States.
That left. Yeah.
And I remember I was married at the time, and the funny thing is, he didn't believe me. I said, I got fired. What do you mean you got fired? You're like the best guy there. I got fired. What can I tell you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, you know what? When you get fired from something, people think it's the worst thing in the world. It's not the worst thing in the world.
You have the best attitude, I have to say.
You got to just
this
make
guy's
it,
always been like that.
and you do something else, and you end up being great. And a couple of months went by. It was a little weird, but guess what?
You landed on both feet.
I landed on both feet, ready to go.
Yeah,
as we would expect.
I got one for you.
Get you.
What was? Well, I guess it could be either Woodstock or not. What was one of your most memorable? Well, I'll ask your wife to tune out, but what was one of your most best sexual night or sexual experiences that you had?
Okay. Without getting too graphic, you have to put a bit of a muzzle on him. Go on, without too graphic.
Right. I got to tell you about a place I was living in Yonkers called 35 Pine Street.
Okay.
Now, if you remember, that's where Michael Berkowitz was living.
Oh my God! Right. The what was he was
not Son of Sam.
He killed a lot of people.
Yeah, but what was he called? The
Son of Sam or
Son of Sam. That was it. Thanks, Tim.
No, wait. You got to stay right here with me, okay?
We're here with you, honey.
Okay. So I was at Steak and Brew. I was a waiter, and I met this cute little honey. She was Asian, and she goes, "Oh, we had such a hard, rough night." I said, "Come over to my place. We have a sauna. I got tons of pot. We'll have fun." So she comes over. We're having pot. We go down to the sauna. It's like 3:00 in the morning, so no one's there. And she wanted to have sex in the sauna.
Yeah, the sauna.
It's like 150 degrees. There's no way we're going to do it. So we went to the shower, but the showers were very thin. But she's tiny. I'm a skinny guy. So we start.
You made it work.
We made it work. And I'm holding on to the soap dish. And the soap dish broke off. Oh my God. I landed, in showers, it's all
slippery, slidery.
And it's stone, right? Oh my God. We were laughing and crying at the same time. I said, honey, let's go back upstairs. But my mother calls me up right after they got Son of Sam. Did you smoke pot with Son of Sam? I go, Ma, I never saw the guy. I never saw the guy.
Wow.
I know. It just one
I totally love the faith your parents had in you.
And the funny thing is, 35 Pine Street, if you go there now, they changed the number of it.
Because
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was it.
Wow. So I'm going to get into the nitty gritty, some of the ugly stuff and I had questions about this.
Okay.
This was pre-AIDS. But there was syphilis, gonorrhea. What was your deal? You had to, oh my God.
I had that.
Yeah.
Now, you have to remember something. Back then, it was real easy. You'd go to a hospital, a doctor.
Yeah, right.
He'd give you,
Get a
guess
shot
what?
penicillin.
You got syphilis or gonorrhea. They gave you a shot. Usually it's the girl. They shoved you, they gave you a shot and said, now, do not do anything for 5 days.
Right.
Now, when you're 18, 17,
Yeah,
19 years old,
sentence, huh?
5 days is like a death
eternity.
sentence. Yeah, right.
Exactly.
But it was easy. It wasn't the end of the world, not like it is now.
Right.
And, you got the shot. You waited 5 days. You couldn't wait to call up whatever girl you had at the time. Hey, come on over.
Wow. What a time is all I can say. How things have changed. Because, well, one of the things while I was reading the book, I'm thinking about now and all the wonderful 20-year-old women I know.
Yes.
My daughter, who I went through her 20s with her, she's in her early 30s.
So my
you would have been, let me just tell you, I don't think you would have been so popular now, Nat. I was thinking about that.
No,
No, I don't think they would have gotten you. We went through the Me Too movement. You got a lot of red flags on this one.
I
was not going to be the gold ring on the merry-go-round for now. Didn't matter if he had all that charisma or whatever. They would lay you out in lavender. Honey.
My two daughters said, "Daddy, I'm not going to read your book." I said, "I don't want you to."
Yeah, your daughters would be horrified.
Oh yeah, they oh my God, oh my Daddy, you're horrible. So it is like I said. 1964, 1977, time. Yeah. There was no Instagram,
right?
No Facebook, not even phones.
Thank God.
A better day,
right?
Thank God we did all of our wild and crazy shit before the internet.
Oh yeah, no, I know. It was like right because we can never duplicate that time again.
But there was so much freedom with it. There was just so much freedom.
Well, this guy's
that that is lacking now.
Yeah,
that now these kids will have no clue what it was like.
Well, everything has changed so much. I imagine you right now, and I'm telling you. If you were working somewhere, they would have pinned you for sexual harassment.
Oh my
Whether
God.
you did or didn't do it, I'm telling you, there would be trials going on.
Yeah.
And I could just see him. I was just having a good time. Forget it.
I'd be worse than Jeffrey Epstein.
Right. Oh, yeah. Actually, I thought about that when I was reading this. I'm like, wow, this guy would be worse than Jeffrey Epstein right now. Yeah. Look, you did it when you could.
Right.
Long
time ago, folks.
So
long time.
Your most recent project now is called Project Music.
Yes.
Can you tell us share a little bit of that with us?
Yeah, this goes way back. Me and my guitar player, his name is Paul Sleever. He's actually in the the brain sometimes gets a little weird.
It's okay. We have that happen.
He plays golf in Van Cortlandt.
Okay.
And he's a fantastic, he's way younger than me, but he writes music forever. And we did a CD back in the day, and he wrote every song. Another CD back in the day, same thing. And now we're working on our third project.
Right.
And it's just me and him because the other two guys left. But we've been together, I think, for 13 years.
Right. And he's younger.
He's younger. He's like probably 60. And he loves me. I like him. I like the way he writes. And you've got the two of you, and I'm asking you this question. It's pointed because you got this talent. Yes,
you got him. It's easy enough. We have so many musicians on this show. They all get gigs because they all work together. What do we need to do to get you out there?
Yeah, right now we're working on our new CD, so we'll be ready probably. Maybe March, April.
We're here in the East Village. Like you could do a gig right in a heartbeat.
We would love it.
I was just at Otto's Shrunken Head. That's a great place to.
That would be a good place. Yeah,
I almost played there, and then I forgot what happened. I think it was right after COVID.
Okay.
There was a problem there because I wanted to play there. but it didn't happen.
I did comedy there after COVID, and I did get to see my amazing friends, Lori Tower and her husband, John Pietero. She's a bass player. He does spoken word. Yeah, there's a lot of opportunities for you.
We would love to.
Yes, we have some comments.
Natale Andreassi. Yes, thank you so much. We've got a couple of comments over here. People that have watched. Our dear friend Suze Genero from Massachusetts, she's a designer, says, I wish I could fit into my 80s clothes. They are way too tiny for me now.
I stretch them out.
Yeah.
Rose Trentman says, good afternoon on this very cold day, sending warm vibes to Natale, Wendy, and Tim.
Thank you, Rose.
Thank you.
Rose also wants to know, where in the Bronx were you born?
She's a Bronx girl, too.
235th and White Plains Road.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
J.C. Augustine is a playwright. He says Drummer Magazine.
And here's Rose again. He sounds like he has Jupiter in the 5th house of fun and love affairs in his natal chart of astrology. Rose knows about that stuff.
Ooh.
Okay. Tim has a point. Those drum vibes are felt in the heart chakra. There you go, Rose. Right?
It vibrates.
Okay, we have Port Morris in the house. Robbie Calignan.
Oh, he's
friend of yours.
He's
musician.
a great guy. Yes, and I did work for Port Morris back in I don't remember when, but yeah, that was a great company. Great company. And Robbie Calignan, we used to ride bikes together because he's got a great motorcycle. I had one at the time, and he's just a fantastic guy. He would come to most of our shows.
Wow.
He was good. Yeah.
Fabulous.
Nice. Now, how can people find out more about you? I think go to Lefty Drummer 13 on Instagram would be the best place, right?
Yes, you can go there.
And your book, 1964 to 1977, 13 years of sex, drugs, and rock and roll is available on Amazon or Barnes and Noble.
Yay.
So. Bingo. Yes.
Yeah, we love this. Real quick before we go, couple of pictures. Look at his taxi license.
Yeah.
And look,
that's hilarious.
The police department had it then.
What is this we're looking at here?
Skydiving.
This is a very big part of Natale's life. I met them. Did I go to Stormville with you?
Yes, you did.
I did. I went with them, but I wouldn't jump out of the plane.
No. And everyone loved you.
Right. But I'm half Jewish. You know better than to jump out of planes. Something terrible could happen.
That is so cool.
And then this is when he was arrested. That's lovely. On the Daily News. See, that's the Daily News.
Yeah.
All right. This is all really great stuff. Thank you.
Natale Andreassi, thank you so much. This was absolutely wonderful. We appreciate it.
I'm giving you homework, okay? A year from now, Tim and I want to know that you're playing down here. Yeah. There's a ton of venues. Beautiful. We will come and support you. But you are now free to do this, okay? You don't have these crazy jobs anymore. You're writing books. We want to get you out there in a bigger way, okay?
If anyone needs a drummer, let me know. I'm ready. I'm ready to go.
Ready to go. All right.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. And thank you to everyone who tuned in today.
You, Tim.
We will see you next time. Bye-bye.